September 5, 1949. 13 people shot dead in Camden, New Jersey. April 20th, 1999. 13 are shot dead and 23 are wounded at Columbine High School in Littleton, Colorado. April 16, 2007. A student at Virginia Tech shot and killed 32 people and wounded 17 others. This past July, a gunman opened fire at a theater in Aurora, Colorado, killing 12 and wounding dozens more. On December 14, 2012, 26 people were shot dead at Sandy Hook Elementary School in Newtown, Connecticut. How many more innocent people must die before Americans realize that guns are fatal weapons and should therefore be regulated? To end this manslaughter, the federal government should mandate that all states maintain stricter gun control. This includes enforcing compulsory background checks and licenses on all federal and private firearm transactions. These restrictions apply to gun shows and other forms of sport, and any state or gun dealer that fails to comply will receive a penalty. Such measures are necessary in preventing American lives from being sacrificed in the name of personal liberty and the Second Amendment. During the 18th century, American civilians had the responsibility of maintaining a militia, since the country was new and did not have the resources to maintain an army. However, after the war, the need for a militia gradually declined as an army was established. America's first attempt at gun control was during the Jacksonian era. According to Cornell, however, ironically, the first gun control movement helped give birth to the first gun rights ideology built around a constitutional right of individual self-defense. Currently, the NRA is advocating that teachers be armed. Supporters of gun rights are chanting, "Guns don't kill people, people kill people." Guns should be given to the good guys to fight the bad guys. In opposition, there are many who believe that guns are detrimental to our nation's safety and are also protesting the NRA. Today, Alaska, Arizona, Vermont, and Wyoming require no permit to carry a concealed firearm. Other state regulations vary, however.
I went to multiple gun shows in multiple states. I've bought guns without showing my ID. I've been with other people who bought guns without showing any ID, without going through any background checks, who just paid their money and walked out. This is the exact problem that we're talking about. How you doing, sir? Just wonder if we can see your Mahdi Egyptian. I'm looking at that thing. This thing is pretty diesel, dude.
Pretty good?
Yeah. Expanded stock, 30 round clip. You want 660 for it?
Yeah, I'll go for it. I got to be over 18, resident. No tax. Oh, then you can see your driver's license.
In November alone, Americans tried to buy a whopping 2 million guns. Here are some facts that might surprise you. There are more registered gun dealers in stores than major supermarkets, more gun sellers than McDonald's restaurants. The overwhelming majority of gun users are law-abiding citizens. But authorities tell ABC News the millions of guns already in circulation guarantee that disturbed people will often be able to obtain them.
first major attempt towards gun control was the National Firearms Act in 1934. It aimed to control the sale of firearms by placing a $200 tax for each gun sold and specifically targeted gangster weapons such as fully automatic guns. The assassination of President John F. Kennedy instigated the Gun Control Act of 1968, which prohibited mail-order sales of guns and extended the list of people prohibited from owning a gun to include felons, drug users, and the mentally incompetent. In 1994, 2 new federal laws increasing gun control were signed by President Bill Clinton. These laws required background checks to be performed and banned the sale of assault weapons. The assault weapons ban did not last long, as Congress refused to pass a reauthorization in 2004. Although there have been numerous attempts to dispel gun violence in America, they have all proven to be ineffective. While it is required that federally licensed dealers complete background checks, there are many loopholes. For example, private dealers can sell guns with no checks. Implement universal background checks for all firearm transactions. Checks will be imposed on dealers as well. Enact a new assault weapons ban as an executive order. This is to be accepted by all states. Discontinue the manufacturing of assault weapon magazines and bullets. This will prevent the use and sale of assault weapons already accessible. Insurance must be purchased for all firearms, and the insurance will increase with the caliber of the gun. If there is no insurance purchased, then no gun can be purchased. Anyone owning or selling a firearm must be licensed by the FBI electronically. The license must also be renewed. These laws will apply to newly purchased firearms as well as firearms already in possession. Failure of citizens to comply with these laws will result in heavy fines, revocation of licenses, and/or possibly imprisonment. Failure of local authorities or state governments to enforce these laws will result in reduction of federal aid and grants, and other financial penalties may be imposed. Guns will be updated with fingerprint recognition. A smart chip will also be installed in guns that provides GPS coordinates of the use and that is sent to the FBI. A camera will also be installed in the guns to take a picture of the user and victim each time of use. Guns currently in use without updates will be bought back by the government in return for an amount of money to be able to purchase updated firearms with required insurances. Outdated guns will not be permitted because they will violate safety regulations. The recent mass shootings in the United States have triggered an urge for new proposed legislation to strengthen gun control. Consequently, the NRA and its supporters are advocating gun rights and the increase in armed civilians to enhance security. Stricter gun control shall be implemented by the federal government to reduce gun violence. New regulations include universal background checks, an assault weapons ban, mandatory licensing and insurances on firearms, and technological updates to firearms that will ensure more safety. These laws will be enforced by local law enforcement and shall be administered by the ATF. Penalties will be imposed on those who fail to comply. Around 11,000 Americans are killed each year due to firearms. This proposal includes crucial steps that need to be taken towards the safety of the American people.
Americans should not be so blinded by personal freedom that they believe owning a fatal weapon is a birthright which comes without restrictions. In a democracy, the government has a responsibility to respect the rights of the people, but also to protect the people. This proposal achieves this balance by preserving the Second Amendment and ensuring public safety.